This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. What I have in my hand right here is definitely not a bunch of random pieces of copy paper that I picked up from my printer. No. What I have here is fresh off the press, the leaked 2024 NFL script. Yes. I worked my sources. I worked my resources behind the scene, and I got one of the few copies of the NFL's upcoming season straight from the league office. Now, keep in mind, these scripts are constantly revised as the season goes on, so the card is subject to change. But because I mess with y'all, and because y'all mess with my Patreon and my membership, I am deciding to leak the schedule. Not just the schedule, my bad. Leak the script and spoil the 2024 season with you. So let me tell you how this is going to go for the Cleveland Browns, so you can let everybody else know that we know how it's going to go down. So week 1, 425 versus the Dallas Cowboys. Going to have Tom Brady on the call. And because this is Tom Brady's first game, the NFL has put on the script that they want a little drama in the fourth quarter of this game. It's going to be a tightly contested battle. I think it's going to be dominated by both defensive lines, as both offenses really struggle to find a rhythm early on in this game. And it's going to be relatively low scoring, maybe a touchdown here and there, a bunch of field goals here and there. You're moving the ball on both sides, but it's not, nobody's running away with it. It's a 17-16 ball game with about 4 minutes left to go. Now, the Dallas Cowboys are up 17-16. Dak Prescott is leading his team down the field. Again, 4 minutes left, and then boom, throws an interception to Martin Emerson. Martin Emerson then gives that ball to Deshaun Watson, and Deshaun Watson gets a signature drive. He gets a game-winning drive on national TV in front of everybody with Tom Brady watching, and that starts to make people notice the Browns a little bit. Then we fly on to week 2 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's going to be another battle where, the quarterback's going to be playing well. I think Trevor Lawrence tends to play much better at the beginning of the season. I think Trevor's going to put up some good numbers in this one. I think Deshaun won't really put up great numbers against him, but the Browns defense will be able to manufacture enough turnovers to be able to win this game. And again, it's according to the script, the Browns will start 2-0. Then you get the New York Giants game, and this is where Browns fans going to start getting loose, because the Browns are going to win this one rather convincingly, about 2 touchdowns. They're going to win this one convincingly. The Browns defense is going to look pretty dominant. The Browns offense is going to start to look really competent after, a little bit starty-stoppy there in the first couple weeks. It looks like it's starting to get it together there. And we're going to be really confident, 3-0 heading into week 4. Now, week 4, the Browns will squeak out of Las Vegas with the victory, but we're not going to feel great about this one. I think it's going to be a very sloppy, very ugly game where you feel like the offense took steps back. You feel like the defense took steps back. We gave way too much yards up to a mediocre offense. All of that stuff we're going to be complaining about, but the Browns will squeak out of here with like a field goal or like a very fluke victory. And we'll be talking about 4-0, but it's going to be one of them weeks where the Browns win where everybody is mad. I hate those weeks, by the way. I hate that they put that in the script. But week 4, that's going to be what happens. Week 5, we're going to calm down a little bit, right? It's not going to be an overwhelming victory, but it's going to be a victory. We're going to feel good about it. It's not going to be anything crazy, but we're going to feel fine about it. And we're going to realize, hey, we're 2 games into a 3-game road trip. So we're 2-0 in this road trip. And we're 5 games into the season, and we're undefeated. Hey, man, things are going pretty damn good, right? Things are going pretty damn good. So we're 5-0. 5-0. We're playing the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Browns will take their first loss of the season against the Philadelphia Eagles. I think their defensive line will be a little bit too much for the Cleveland Browns to handle. Their new secondary, it's going to bother Deshaun Watson. It's going to look a little shaky, and we're going to have questions about, hey, is Deshaun the $230 million quarterback? Is he just beating up on bad teams at this point? Is he for real? Well, you play the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Browns do what they do to the Cincinnati Bengals. They beat the Bengals, and we're feeling much better. 6-1, right? So we're sitting at 6-1. We're at week 8. You play the Baltimore Ravens, and I think you lose to the Baltimore Ravens in Cleveland. We're going to be furious about this one. It's not going to be a great showing from Deshaun Watson. It's not going to be a great showing from this Browns defense. We're going to be upset about this. We're going to be 6-2. We're going to be upset about this one. That's what the script says. 6-2, but Browns fans still mad and shit. That's exactly what it says on the script. I'm reading it word for word. All right. We had the week 9, and the Browns, they get their win back. They beat the Los Angeles Chargers, and we're sitting at 7-2. We get to the bye week, and the conversation from Browns fans at the bye week is that, yeah, we're 7-2, but we lost to the 2 best opponents that we've played so far, and we just don't feel great about how this team has showed up in this. There will be one faction of the fan base that'll be ready to throw Deshaun Watson overboard in order to start Jameis Winston to stave the season, even though the team is fucking 7-2. That's definitely going to happen. Again, it's in the script. The section of the Browns fans will do that thing that Browns fans do. There will also be another section of Browns fans that will be saying, hey, they're 7-2. We knew that the offense was going to start a little slow. It's no surprise that when they played against the best competition, they didn't really look great. But let's see what they look like coming out of this bye week. Let's see that Ken Dorsey influence. Let's see Deshaun Watson get comfortable, as now he has 8-9 starts underneath his belt. He's comfortable. He should be able to perform at a high level. So they play the New Orleans Saints week 11. I think Deshaun Watson has his best performance of the year so far against the New Orleans Saints, puts up those big numbers, and I think we feel a little bit better. Browns fans dunking on the Browns fans that were mad at the bye week, and somehow we're still arguing about a team that at this point, 11 weeks through the season, is 8-2. 8-2. All right, Thursday night football in Cleveland versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Browns will win this one, and that's what it says on the script, that the Browns will win this one. So I don't think, I know. So they'd be 9-2 at this point. We're going to be real excited going into this stretch. You play Denver on Monday Night Football, and I think this is another one where we feel like, I don't know. It didn't look right? It didn't look right. They didn't play right. They beat Denver, but it didn't feel great. So they're 13 weeks into the season. They're 10-2. They win against Denver, but it's more about what the defense is doing and what the ground game is doing, and less about what the quarterback is doing and what the offense is doing in total. And again, you're kind of questioning, like, hey man, is this team actually for real? They're 10-2. You feel like they should be for real, but are they actually for real? They play Pittsburgh week 14, December, and this will not be the day that the Browns beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh. So they lose this game, and now you're coming off of a shaky performance against Denver. You're coming off of a performance against Pittsburgh. You're sitting at 10-3, but you're still asking yourself the question, like, does this feel different? Are we going to slide through these next 4 games and fumble the 1 seed and fumble the division? We're 10-3. We're sitting pretty, but there's a lot for fans to be a little bit nervous about. Again, the script calls for nerves at 10-3. Then you play the Kansas City Chiefs. And this one will be a more encouraging loss, but a loss. So that's what it says on the schedule. That's what it says on the script. 10-4. The Browns will be 10-4. What will happen? And this is the bylines for this. What will happen in this Kansas City Chiefs game is that the Browns will put up a really good fight. They will go up to the limit. This might even call for overtime. It's going to be a back and forth battle. I think both quarterbacks are going to put up pretty good performances. Nick Chubb's going to show up. It's going to feel like the game of the year, But the Kansas City Chiefs will edge the Cleveland Browns out, which isn't a bad thing because we know how difficult it is to beat the Kansas City Chiefs twice, and they might meet again. But they'll beat the Browns out, and fans will be encouraged but still upset about this loss. They'll be encouraged because, hey, this is the first time we played against one of the best teams in the NFL, and we felt like we went toe-to-toe with them, blow for blow with them, not just defensively and from the run game standpoint, but at the quarterback position. We still weren't able to come out on top, but we feel much more encouraged versus what we've seen for the rest of the season. Then you go into Thursday Night Football against the Cincinnati Bengals, and you beat them. Because why? They the Bengals. Don't be mad at me, Bengal fans. That's what the script says. Let me show you guys. I'm not supposed to show you guys this, but that's what the script says in very official font. Like, look, it says they the Bengals. That's why the Browns win. So the Browns win that one. They go to 11-5. Now they're playing the Miami Dolphins. And the question is, hey, if the Browns win this one, they can get close to clinching that 1 seed. And the conversation we're going to be having all week is if the Browns win, what do you do for week 18? And we will have that conversation because I do think the Browns will win this one on a defensive heavy performance, right? From the Cleveland Browns here. Deshaun Watson will do what he needs to do. It won't be anything spectacular, but the defense is really going to carry you, and I think Nick Chubb's going to carry you because it's going to be horrible weather. It's December 29th in Cleveland. We know what's up. At night, it's going to be cold. Nah, it's going to be horrible weather. We know what it's going to be. Deshaun's going to get like a good 250, some rushing yards, maybe 300 total. He's going to play fine, but we're going to be 12-5. And you play the Baltimore Ravens. This one feels like it's going to be for the 1 seed, right? If you beat Baltimore, you might be able to clinch the 1 seed. If you don't, you might not. And I think the Browns will lose this game to Baltimore. They will get swept by Baltimore this year. Don't be mad at me. It's what it says in the script. And 12-6 is what the script writers have in for the Cleveland Browns. This will be good for first place in the AFC North, a home playoff game, but the 2nd seed in the AFC. Now, I only have the regular season script. Don't be mad at me. I don't have the postseason script, but from my sources, they tell me this postseason script is something we'll like. Well, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Let me know. Let me see you spoil the season. What leaks do you have from the NFL office? Spoil the season down below. Have some fun with me in the comment section. But y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Peace.